All right, AJT Jungle, welcome back to the first 90 days of trading after our 30-day hiatus. So we're gonna pick back up from where we left off. We're getting into the meat of everything. We have built our foundation. We talked about the process. I talked about the process. We went over a simple strategy, and that was designed to get you started trading so that we can start working on some things that we're going to work on in the framework. But we talked about mental skills, realistic expectations, and managing risk on that strategy and some other things. But now we're moving up to the trading framework and identifying some weaknesses. Now here's what you need in order to begin to find some consistency in your trading. And let me tell you, this is the hardest part, and this is where I lose everybody. Most of the people I lose, this is where I'm losing them, because they don't want to mess with their mind. They think their mind is right, yet they can't get out of their own way. But this is a difficult thing for some people, kind of turning themselves inside out, taking some responsibility for the decisions that you make, and you leave it alone and say it's got to be something easier, that I don't have to think, that I don't have to worry about my emotions. The problem is, even if you're following somebody, even if you're trying to copy somebody step for step, if you don't have the right mindset, you won't be able to hang with them. It's just that simple. If you hadn't figured it out yet, you're gonna figure it out very soon. So we need to develop what I call the trader mindset. And this is not something that I started doing recently. This is the very first thing that I started talking about, preaching, and teaching way back, not long after I started trading, because I realized where the disconnect was. All because in my teaching, we had to get so many grad hours to keep our teaching certificate. And our principal had us do all the psychology. So that's how I was able to get a master's in psychology with all of these doggone classes I had to take. And I realized very quickly the reason why everybody was failing in trading, the reason why this thing is so difficult, is not so much the strategies, because the market basically follows. There's only 3 or 4 core strategies. I say 3. You either trade in the breakout or breakdown, which I'll just call a breakout. You either trading a reversal of the trend, or you're trading a continuation of the trend. There's only, people use different, they use different indicators, they use different chart studies, and they call them different names based on what they use. But it all boils down to the same thing. That's what you're trading. And then we have to find out the different parts and pieces that fit, if you know what I mean. So, day trading is not just about finding the strategy, trading it, and then banking some money. You've got to develop certain mental skills that's going to allow you to execute your strategies effectively and efficiently. All right? And that's through any market condition. And I will throw in there, if you're going to follow a copy trade somebody, you're still going to have to develop certain mental skills that's going to allow you to connect with these guys and follow. When someone starts trading, it's highly unlikely that they have all these skills unless you've been through some things. For me, I was fortunate that I had some of these skills more than the average person. I didn't have enough, but based on the training I had with teaching, it helped me. And once I realized I could connect the two, what I needed to connect the two, that's when things started to click for me. So, I was strong in a couple of things, but I needed to work on some other things. Okay? But it's possible, you just have to do it. Successful day trader, any successful person is going to realize that their success is not found in a little box. Okay? You're not going to find it in a little box. Your success is not there. You can't buy it. You can't buy a class and say, hey, that's it. You can't just work on your mindset and say that's it, even though this is a huge part of it. The mental aspect of trading is about 90%, but you still need the other components in order to make it. Okay, so it's not a little box you're going to find everything in, because everybody's different. We look for the answers to trading woes in our technical analysis, our technology, books, videos, trading classes. The answers aren't there. The answers are inside of you. Okay, you're going to find the answer and, to your success deep inside of you. And understanding and controlling your own emotions and developing the discipline you need to execute these trades flawlessly is about discovering your trading self. And I say again, even if you're trying to copy trade somebody, you gotta have that discipline to stick with it. You gotta have that discipline, because the same issues that creep up when you're trading on your own will creep up when you're following somebody else and things don't work out. You following somebody and they have a bad trade and it doesn't work out. Same things are going to creep up on you. It's discovering your strengths and your weaknesses and making them work for you. Okay, let me say that again. It's discovering your strengths and your weaknesses and making both of them work for you. We can turn our weaknesses into strengths. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We just have to put forth the effort that we need to do it. Okay, success in day trading is a result of the mastery of oneself. That's where your success is found. Where do you find success in day trading? The mastery of yourself. And that's what we're going to be doing. I've got a whole course, a whole program. I don't like to say course, a whole program. Okay, a whole program of study to help you develop that mindset. Right now, we're touching the high points, but we go deep into this in the program, and you all get it. It's all a part of being a member. You don't have to pay extra for it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get the PDFs of the presentation, so when you watch it again, you can take notes. I don't want you taking notes right now. All right, so success in day trading is a result of the mastery of oneself. So 99.9% of us are not, let me repeat, 99.9% of us 99.9% of us are not the person we need to be right now to become successful in the world of trading. We have these high, extraordinary goals, but we still have our same ordinary mindset. The hard truth is, in trading, it's not us against the market or these other traders or the bots or whatever. It's us against ourselves. If we do the things that we need to do, we can make money in the market. Bottom line. Yes, the hard part is keeping our mind together and doing it. And let me give you a quick example. There are a lot of examples, but here's the easiest one. What happens if you take a trade and you nail it, okay? You nail this trade and everything about this is perfect. Okay? Everything about it is perfect. And for some reason it doesn't work out. It doesn't work. And you do it again and it doesn't work. What happens? You start to question yourself. You start to doubt yourself. You start to look for things to change, knowing that that's not what it should be. If you're following somebody and the trades you guys are taking doesn't work and you things start to come apart, all right, you got to have that callous mind. You got to have that tough mind to not let these things bother you and stick to your process and stick to your plan, because if you do, you're going to come out strong on the other end. But 99.9% of us do not have what we need right now. Some of us have more than others. You know, we come in, we have these high, extraordinary goals, but we still have our same ordinary mindset. Look, even if you come in every day thinking, I want to make $250 a day. Okay, even if you come in with that mindset, that still may be an extraordinary goal based on your account and your ability to actually trade. Okay, that could still be extraordinary, but you've got to develop an extraordinary mindset regardless. The hard truth is, in trading, it's not us against the market. Again, it's us against ourselves. Okay? One big problem is that thanks to technology, we now live in an instant world. Okay, we now live in an instant world. We've been programmed to expect instant results. We've been programmed to expect and demand extraordinary results instantly as well. Okay, the reality is you cannot get extraordinary results from an ordinary mindset. Can't do it. Okay, and I've said that a couple of times because I want that to resonate. We have to develop an extraordinary mindset. All right, so take a look at this. This puzzle pretty much depicts who you are coming into trading. Okay, you're all mixed up. You know what money management is about. You figured out the tools that you need. You got some education. You got a couple of trading strategies in your belt. You know a little bit about risk management. You know what your capital is. You got all of these things, but you have no idea how they go together. Okay, but take a look at those pieces. One piece is different. Okay, which one of those pieces are different? Which one of those pieces to this puzzle looks different? Can any of you quickly figure this out? I know some of you've seen this before, but you know what I'm talking about. It's you. All of these other pieces have, 3 flat sides. You don't. All right. That's because you must be the center of your trading self. Okay, that you must be the center of your trading self. Everything revolves around you. Nothing else should or could be the center. Okay, you've got to be the nucleus. Okay, all of the energy has to come from you. I know a lot of people may argue with me and say, hey, Ed, no, risk management is the center. Everything revolves around risk management. That determines whether you make money or not. Nope. That's not it. Okay, it's you. You're the one. Because you're the one that has to execute the risk management. Risk management doesn't execute itself. Your tools do not execute themselves. The money management does not execute themselves. Education doesn't educate you itself. Your trading strategy, it doesn't execute by itself. You have to do it. So you have to be the nucleus, right? So what happens if the nucleus breaks? What happens if there's something wrong with the nucleus and it's not coming together? How many of you have heard of the atomic bomb? The atomic bomb, we generate that explosion when we split the atom. And we split and we tap into the energy that's contained in the nucleus of that atom. Okay? That's what our trading would look like. That's 100% what our trading will look like. Okay, if it comes apart. Okay, my job and my charge is to help you put everything together, but more importantly, help you keep your nucleus together. Don't let anything penetrate. Okay, that's my job. And that's what I do. And that's what being a member is about. Okay, you don't pay a subscription fee. You don't do anything. You join. It's a lifetime commitment or a lifetime membership, a lifetime commitment by me, and that's that. Okay, and that's what it is. All right. But look, here's what happens if it comes apart. How many of your trading has done this before? Okay, I'm raising my hand. Just a couple of years ago, I had an H-bomb, go off. But that doesn't mean it's done. That doesn't mean that you're through. It just means that you're gonna have to work harder at keeping you together. You're the nucleus. Keeping your head screwed on straight. Not taking on more than what you can chew. Okay, that's the key here. All right, so here's something I paraphrased from the Rocky movie. And I'm going to read it real quick because it's very impactful. And what he said relates to the market as well. He's talking about life in the movie, but you could connect this to the market. He says the market ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as the market. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. About how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers and saying you ain't where you want to be because of this or that or the market or whatever. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't going to have a trading career. If I were you, I would copy this, take a picture of it, do whatever, and read this. Okay? Okay? All right. So, back to your trading self. Okay, we back in one piece. This is what it's going to look like. Sorry. This is what it's going to look like once it gets built. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. You're the center, the psychology, the mental strength that you have. God dog it. It's going to be the Mod Podge. Okay, that holds all of this together. You know, when you made puzzles and you wanted to keep it together, Mod Podge is what held it together, right? That's what kept everything together. So, that's the energy. The forces that are constantly trying to break you up is all of these things that are hitting you, all of the mental challenges that are hitting you in trading. You know, fear, greed. You know, those are the two main things. And those forces are constantly trying to break you up. So before you start thinking about actively trading, you need to get to know who you are as a trader. Okay, the main thing I see about 99% of day trading education programs is that they do not do enough to address personal growth and the mental development of the trader. You really need to develop a strong mental game. Alright, you really need to develop that strong mental game. Very, very important. So it doesn't matter what classes you took, what programs you've been in, what boot camps you've been in. If you're not able to execute consistently on a daily basis, your mind's not right. Your trading mindset is not right. It's not there yet. Okay, if you can't come in and take 3 or 4 losses in a row, or 3 or 4 daily losses in a row, you're in bad shape. Okay, you are in bad shape. So, we got to figure this out. This is stuff that we have to figure out, and that's why one-on-one mentoring is important. And that's why you've got to take advantage of it. And it's not coming in, sitting back, saying, okay, I'm here, now tell me. No, you've got to put in the work. Because if you don't put in the work, we have no idea what to work on. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different makeup. Everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. And you're not going to know your weakness in trading, unless you put in the work. So you can't neglect to focus on the psychology component of trading. You can't neglect it. It's the energy that holds all of this together. And it would be a fatal mistake. And I know you don't want your trading to look like that nuclear explosion I showed you. You don't want that. So when I say trading psychology, what I mean by it is the mental state and emotions of a trader that determines your success or failure of any particular trade or your overall success. Okay? So it represents all aspects of your behavior and characteristics that influence the actions that you take when you trade. Everything. There are things that you may not even know that's affecting your ability because you haven't taken time to tap into that. Okay, there are things that could be holding you back. There are fears that could be developed when you were younger that are holding you back. And unless you deal with that and beat that fear down and turn it into a strength, you're going to have a hard time, being successful as a trader. So trading psychology is an important factor that can make or break a trade as well as a trading career. Okay, the first thing we need to understand is that the psychology of trading will affect you all differently. Like I said before, everybody's different. Everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. That's why we can't do this in a group setting. And sometimes things are intimate to you that you don't want to share with a group. Again, that's why one-on-one mentoring is important, and that's why it's free, and that's why I don't ask you to pay extra for anything when it comes to that. It's a part of the program. That's why I say it's not a course, it's a program. It's a program of work. All right, so again, like I said before, your personal biases, the things that are inherent in you, will be a part of your trading psychology. In order to develop the trader mindset, we've got to deal with that first. Okay, we got to deal with it first. Okay, next, we just need to be honest with ourselves about who we are and what we want from trading. So ask yourself, what's my personality? How was I brought up as it relates to risk? Do I have any beliefs that lead me to have negative feelings about risk? Okay, you've got to be 100% honest with yourself. If you aren't, you're not going to get it. And we're not going to be able to work on the things that we need to work on that's going to help you be a better person, a better trader. All right, so your homework. And this is what you need to do before we even meet to talk about this. You want to take a personal inventory of what discipline qualities you feel you need to work on and what your strengths are. Remember, what you need to do, you got to be honest with yourself. With what's your personality? How does all of this relate to the risk? What beliefs you have about risk? About money. All these things can really hurt you. Were you the type person that was scared to take chances? You always waited for the other people to do it, and then you sat back, and did it after the fact. These are things that we need to think about and focus on. Because it's going to determine how you are, what we have to do to help you get to accept certain risks. Some people I know have been trying to learn how to trade for 4 or 5 years, and they're still taking 10 shares of a stock. Okay, you're not gonna get anywhere with that. If you're scared to take anything more than that, then that's stuff we've got to address. You've got to be willing to risk in order to make money. It's just that simple. Yeah, we manage our risk, and managing it is not, now, you've got to now, and I'm not saying, let me backtrack, because I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Now, if your account size dictates you can only trade 10 shares, then that's fine. Then you're maxing out. You're maxing your risk based on your account size, and that's what you've got to do. But if you're sitting here with $30,000-$40,000 in a trading account and you're only trading 10 shares of Tesla, something's wrong. Okay, something's dead wrong with you. Then we've got to figure out how to get you over that hump so that you can trade. Because you're sitting there trading Tesla with 10 shares and wondering why you're not profitable. There you go. Your fear is hurting you. All right, so you want to base it on trading experience. And that's why I gave you the simple strategy to trade first, to practice trading, so that you could go through all of the emotions and all of the challenges. And when we get to this point, you can write them down. You can lay them out so that we can work on. Believe it or not, once we identify the key elements, a lot of times it practically takes care of itself. Practically takes care of itself. So after that, well, again, be 100% honest. Now, next, you want to discuss your findings with somebody. What did you find out about yourself? You want it to be somebody that's familiar with trading. Okay, you may have a buddy, you may have a trading partner y'all want to share things together with. You want to talk to your mentor about it, or whatever. But you got to put a plan together to address these weaknesses so that we could turn these into strengths. Okay, that's what it boils down to. All right, so does anybody have any questions about where we need to go from here? Now, next week, we're going to talk about some of the inventory that I got from people. I'm not going to use your name or anything like that. But we're going to talk about this and, kind of get an idea of how you're going to address certain things. We'll talk about one of the issues that the trader has, and then some of the things that we came up with to try to help fix that. Like with me, one of the big issues I had was one of the big issues I have, I get upset. Okay, I get upset. And I know when I get upset, I can make stupid decisions. So I have to stop. I have to stop. And I have to take a break. I have to clear my mind. I have to start focusing on other things. That's gonna help me, do better. unfortunately, you know, sometimes I break it, and that happens. But we've got to have a way back. We got to have a process that's going to put us back on track with a clear mind and renewed focus. Okay, that's what we have to do. All right, good enough? All right, so I'm gonna stop the recording, but if you have any questions, you can shoot them out. But I want to get this uploaded, so for those that didn't make it. All right, you're welcome. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some lunch, do what I gotta do, get this uploading, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. All right, so I'm gonna go grab some lunch and get this uploaded, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Hey, yeah, yeah, Selena, yeah. Oh shoot. Let's go.